Well, dawn's breaking on Woodland Lake at Coking Farm. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Just me and Elvie here today for a day session. It's a mild period after a very cold spell, and we're hopeful that one of those big girls might just have a munch. What a beautiful place to be. Look at it, it's just gorgeous. Well, it's proper daylight now. It's about 8:30. There's 2 other anglers on the lake. They've been here since Friday and not had a touch. It's still mild. It's got to be worth a go, even though there hasn't been a fish out for several weeks. And it's not raining. That's got to be a bonus. I've got 3 rods out, all on winter methods. I've got one in the open water on a tiny little scaled down chod with a high vis 10mm pop up. I've got one on my normal solid bag rig over against the island, and another one fished down towards the margins on a fluorocarbon Combi rig with a nice balanced snowman. Tiny little bit of bait around the Combi rig and just bags on the other, and of course nothing on the naked chod. Even Elvie feels it cold. He's got his coat on today. Don't stop him hunting though. There's my solid bag rig. There we go. You can see what we got here is a tiny little 8mm Hellraiser mini bites pop up, a trimmed down 10mm live system, a size 10 Fang X hook, and bag lead that my mate Barry makes. He's just started selling them as the mould man. They fit in the bag really nicely, and I fished that on a little 12-inch length of lead core. And as you can see, I like to tie my bags up fox style. I actually use an Avid bag loader, and inside the bag is my normal mix of crush live system, oily bag mix, and live system weed beater mix. Lots of small particles, but not a lot of food. One of my favourite methods. The rig's just a simple braid rig, tied KD style. Just wound in for a recast, so I thought I'd just run you through my take on the naked chod. Everybody does it different, but this is the way I do it. I personally like to use these Avid chod beads. They come apart, the swivel runs on them, and they're fairly heavy, and you'll notice that I've got no putty or anything else. The weight of the swivel and the bead will bring that little 10mm pop up down. Fang X hook again. I use the little Avid pop-up pegs, which I find hold the bait nicely. Just my normal power carp line, and the only other thing I do is I like to fish a long loop to my lead section. Reason being is when that bead slides down, it stops at that knot instead of stopping right at the lead. I prefer that. I like the lead to be a little bit away from the fish's mouth. Just my personal take on it. Let's get it back out there. Well, this is the 3rd rig I've got out today. inline lead, short piece of lead core just the same, but this is the Combi rig. You can see it's a stiff piece of fluorocarbon with an Albright knot covered in putty to a short 1-inch piece of very soft braid. A fang twister hook that I fish with a tube blowback, and a little tiny snowman. This one is a personalised live system base bait with a tiny little white topper. The only other thing I'll do with this is to thread the stick down onto the fluorocarbon and then just nick the hook into it just to stop any tangles. And that's my third presentation today. Let's see if we can get a fish with one of them. Well, with the water being so cold, I just like to make sure that my bags are doing what I think they're doing when they're out there. So I've just put this one in the margins. You can see there's a real choddy bottom there. We'll just make sure that the presentation's how I imagine the presentation is out in the middle of the lake. PVA is beginning to dissolve already. No matter how tight you think you've got the bag, there's always some air in there. I don't mind the air coming out because it makes the particles go up and down in the water column. Adds to the attraction. You can see as the bag dissolves, that little balance bait has popped up out of the bag mix. My bag mix consists of oily bag mix and live system weed beater mix and crushed live system boilies, all CC Moore products. You can see how bits break off, float up towards the surface and then drop back down, creating a column of attraction through the water. I like this presentation because the lead's completely hidden, you can't see the hook. All you can see is a little pile of bait, a little mouthful for a big carp, that little bright hook bait just sitting on top of it. PVA is still dissolving away. Sometimes in the summer you'll get a run almost as soon as you cast these things out. Obviously it takes a lot longer in the winter in the cold water for the PVA to dissolve fully. That's exactly the sort of presentation that I'm hoping that I've got out in the middle of the lake. Definitely looks good for a bite, and as you can see how well it's presented on that real choddy bottom there in the margin. Well, despite the sunshine, the wind's really cold. And as you can see by the ripple on the lake behind me, it's picked up now. Although the ripple might be better for fishing, it's certainly not better for sitting out in. And I really don't think it's going to happen here today. The two lads have just done a 48-hour session. We've gone home not only fishless, but biteless. Woodland's a hard enough lake in the summer, let alone the winter. These short day sessions whet my appetite, but I'm quite pleased I haven't been doing the nights. So, for this time, that's it from cooking and carping. See you next time on the bank. Cheers.